It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Divas That Care. My name is Candace Gish. If this is your very first time checking the Divas That Care out, we've been doing this now for 15 years. We are listened to in over 30 countries around the world, and it's because of all of you amazing listeners, the tribe out there. We are so excited. We have so many amazing guests and hosts there to inspire you. And I think right now that's what we need, is a little bit of inspiration and positivity and making the world a better place. So our Divas That Care has always been about making the world a better place. Today, I'm really excited about introducing you to a brand new diva that we're going to be welcoming to our family here. Her name is Catherine Mejia. Catherine, welcome to the Divas That Care.
Hi, and thank you for having me on your show.
Well, I'm really excited to be chatting with you today. Catherine, would you mind kind of introducing yourself to our listeners today?
Sure. So my name is Catherine, and I'm the creator of Born for More, which is a company dedicated to empowering women to live their best lives and helping women feel amazing on the inside, and women who are going through transition, through divorce, through breakups. And I want to shift the perspective from going through a breakup and, really having a breakthrough.
I love that. So, Catherine, I'm so excited. You're a fellow Canadian here. And so can you tell me about where you're from and a little bit about your background?
Sure. So I grew up in Montreal, and I was a very shy child. And the reason I think I was so shy, because I was very sensitive to energies. I felt a lot, and I didn't really know how to handle that. And back in the day, you couldn't Google a lot of things, right? I felt like I kind of just had to go through it myself and really break free from the cocoon I was in. So I did that by joining the airlines. So I worked for Air Canada. I had to move at a very early age to Toronto in order to explore the world. And that really enabled me to get out of my shell a little more, because, I had to connect with different people from all over the world, make announcements and do all the things that I kind of felt held back from. That gave me the opportunity to take courses from different teachers from all over the world and dive into my passion. And a passion of mine is to study everything to do with the metaphysical, everything to do with the unseen. So I dived into learning about meditation, about crystal healing, about energies. And for 20 years, I did that, took different courses. During that time, I had the ability to take time off from working as a flight attendant, and I worked in the fashion industry. So that's another passion of mine, where I help style and dress women from all walks of life. And that I love that, because an outfit can really change the way you feel about yourself. But during that time, I also noticed, because I was so sensitive, that a lot of women, even if they changed what they wore, there was this issue or challenge within themselves that they didn't see how beautiful they really were. So putting those two passions of mine together, I decided to start helping women build more confidence within them, as well as help them feel good on the outside by helping them when it came to fashion and clothing and hair and makeup, which led to my business. But moving forward, I decided to get married. And 8 years into the marriage, I felt something was off. I felt like there was more to life, and I decided to leave my husband, right? I decided to take that leap into the unknown. And because of living in Toronto. It's not the it's a very expensive city for women who live here. I just didn't know what to expect, right? My soul wanted to get out of that relationship. It really felt like I felt a bit stuck, if I'm being quite transparent. And once I left, it was like pushing the domino, knowing all the dominoes will fall, but still having to go through it. And it felt like an emotional roller coaster. There was a lot of things that I wasn't aware of, when it came to finance, when it came to different things. And there was no community. All the communities out there were, they looked at divorce and separation and all of that more coming from a victim mentality. And I'm like, but there's nowhere out there where I can feel supported, get knowledge, and feel empowered. And just because I made a decision, how can I, even though it's hard, how can I use all that information, all my, experiences in order to up level myself? So that's when I decided to really focus on creating a community. That's where the name Born for More came from, because I felt like I was born for something more, and help women going through divorce, going through transition, to give them the tools that they need in order to feel better inside of themselves, also feel better outside, and just give them knowledge and connect them with other businesses that can help support their new life, and a new life that could ignite their soul.
Oh my gosh, Catherine, you were born to be on the Divas That Care. I am so honored and grateful that you are going to be my guest today. Just listening to you, and I can really understand how you're going to empower and lift women up, and how you're going to help them with their confidence. And you sound so authentic, and I can hear your passion in your voice. And I'm just so thankful that you're on today and you're going to be sharing with us so many amazing things.
Well, thank you.
It's great. I love what you are doing, because you're right. There is not something for women out there. There seems to be one extreme or the other, right? It's wonderful to hear what you are doing and what you're wanting to do, and having a platform to really help women navigate this. So I want to talk about some of the things that we had talked about before our program. I want to talk about your visionary event. I want to talk about this thing that you're going to be doing here in March. I would love to dive into that, because I know that there's some amazing speakers that are going to be a part of it. But can you tell me why you decided to do this event in March?
So March 29th, I am hosting the Soulful Divorcee event, and it consists of over 42 women-owned vendors, all to do with inner beauty, everything to do with meditation, fitness, vitamins, energy healing, outer beauty, everything to do with makeup, med spas, fashion, and then other vendors who specialize in helping women move through divorce when it comes to mortgages and real estate. And I even have someone who creates trips for single women. And it's just one place with all the vendors who are helping empower women to move forward on their new journey. I'm also having a fireside chat with Sophie Gregoire Trudeau. She is the Prime Minister's ex-wife, and she is the perfect example of someone who has redefined herself in the public eye, who has gone through divorce. And I thought, she is the perfect example of someone doing it herself. She's an advocate on mental health. And I just wanted to have a chat with her in order to help inspire and empower women to live their best life and create a life that they love, and just learn more about her and how and her views on relationships.
That is extraordinary. Why should people come to this event? And why did you decide to have all these amazing vendors? What is the ideas behind this? I love what you're doing, but how did you come up with this idea?
So a lot of women leaving marriages, they lose themselves. They don't know who they are when they're entering the world, right? It's like a rebirth, right? Who am I? How do I like to wear my hair? They are the friends, they're reviewing their friends. Are they still aligned with who this person is? It's this whole reemergence of of yourself as a new woman, basically. So sometimes we feel a little lost and we need some guidance. You know, a lot of women focus on only the inner aspects. So they're healing and they're doing all the things, but then they forget on the outer beauty, or they go all outer and then they forget on the inner and there's still this void within them. So I wanted to help them have the tools to heal and themselves on the inner side, but also focus on the outer beauty so that they have the confidence, so that they could look in the mirror and they could feel good about themselves. Because you know what, Candice, when you feel great about yourself, you can go and achieve your dreams. You can really step up and change your life. When you feel like a victim, it's a totally different vibration. So that's why I want to shift the perspective and help women use their situation or their experience, their divorce, in order to change their lives and reconnect with themselves. I also offer one-on-one soulful sessions and my online program where I help women reset their mindset. I work with meditation. I work with frequency healing in order to break the patterns. Because a lot of women, you know, they leave one relationship and then they go right away into another one. And all of a sudden they feel the same way. They've attracted the same partner, maybe with a different face, a different person, but they still feel the same inside. And so
Yes.
by shifting the vibration within, you can change your reality. So I work with women on many different levels, and this event is exactly that, helping them see another perspective that maybe they weren't aware of.
You know what? I think this is amazing, Catherine. I've had a lot of guests over the years say that they feel alone and their confidence had plummeted when they had left relationships, and they felt like nobody understood them, and that they lost a lot of those relationships beside them, not just the partner that they had left, but the relationships around them, the ones that they thought they could count on. And I think what you're doing too is helping them build their confidence again and helping them figure out, almost like developing new tribes for these individuals.
Exactly. And, you know, being a mom myself, that's another thing. Custody, right? Navigating all the parental stuff and navigating all this stuff can be very overwhelming. And if you don't have a support group, then some women just go back to the relationship, even if they weren't happy, because they don't have that knowledge. Financially, they're not able to be on their own, or maybe they think, you know, being a single parent is too hard. So I just want to show them that there's other options, and also show them that I have done it. I'm doing it. I have redefined myself. I know exactly what to do, and I can connect with these women on that level, and hopefully support them onto bigger and better.
I love that. Can I ask you, do you see a lot of things out there? Like, I don't know, have you noticed a shift in women that they've lost that sense of self within them? Do you think that women are now trying to figure out where they can get that inner strength? Like, I see a lot of different individuals out there, they just feel deflated. So maybe you can kind of, I know that we're kind of off topic here, but is there something that some of our listeners can maybe learn from you today to kind of build that, have them have that understanding that there is more than just the now, there's the future kind of thing?
There is the future, but the future happens in the now, and the stronger relationship you have with yourself determines, you know, the future. So I always say that because I'm speaking from experience, as I was telling you before the recording, I had taken part in the Miss Quebec. I went to Miss Canada. I was doing all this, you know, this stuff on TV and in the past, and I still felt horrible about myself. You would think that if I went to Miss Canada or Miss Quebec, that I would feel confident, but I didn't. So what was lacking was that belief and confidence in myself from within, right? And the inner strength within. And that comes with trusting ourselves. A lot of women disregard their inner intuition, and they listen to everyone else's opinion when they know the truth. And so by, again, building the solid relationship with yourself, learning to trust yourself, that will build confidence. And when you have confidence and trust in yourself, and have a solid relationship with yourself, you're not going to attract the same people or experiences that you would have, because you have a higher standard for yourself and you won't accept anything less, right? And that's what people, they just accept things that is not even what they want. So say no to everything that you don't want and just focus on what you want. It sounds easier than
it's easier said than done, right? Can I ask you, I know your one-on-one courses, are you able to do those virtually? Can people do them on a Zoom with you?
Yes, I do them virtually. So it's a 45-minute session and it's uniquely crafted to each individual. A lot of people need different things. Some women need to talk more, others don't.
Yeah.
So it varies depending on who the individual is and what or how they learn and what they desire. And it's really gonna help shift the frequency so that you're more in tune with yourself, your needs, and then you can make better decisions, have more clarity, feel better about yourself.
That is excellent. So all of our listeners, you know what, she can talk to you, even though you are somewhere else in the world. Make sure that you reach out to Catherine, because I think this is amazing, Catherine. I'm just so excited to be chatting with you because you do things a lot differently from some of my past guests. And I just love what you were doing.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very out of the box. Okay. Very out of the box. And sometimes that's just what you need, right? Because if you keep on doing the same thing over and over and it doesn't work, sometimes you just gotta try something else. So I'm embodying my talk. I'm
Perfect.
Connecting with my vision, taking action from my heart. And it led me to all these beautiful things. I mean, this event is so out of the box. There's nothing else like that available. There's a lot of press and media who are very interested in what I'm doing. And the courses are just amazing. And my book is launching later this year.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's
all about
it's all about my journey of dating and getting back to it and the emotions related to all of that. So it's
my gosh, that would be great, because that's another thing that I've had guests talk about is what's the next steps? How do they do it? And we've had people just get into the dating thing. And I'm like, I wouldn't even know how would you even start with that?
Well, everyone is different. My book is about my story, and I kind of it just happened, I actually dated this guy. I'll try to make it short, but I dated this guy 20 years ago. We had met on a dating app. And, I followed him on Facebook throughout the years and, I liked his Facebook post and because they were very motivating. He was all into motivating people. And last January, I liked his post and then we started chatting and he asked me out. So I ended up dating him again 20 years later.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
So, I was just, we're still friends. We're not dating currently, but it's just funny. Sometimes when you're open to things, you just go with it, right? You should just check in with your heart. Does this feel right now? And like an adventure, like a teenager all over again.
I think that's great. So I know this is going to be a crazy question. Do you just work with individuals that have gone through a divorce, or do you work with other women?
I work with all kinds of women, but mostly I specialize with women going through transition, separation, breakup, and divorce.
Okay. Perfect. So we're going to be sharing that with all of our listeners. Make sure that if you know somebody out there that Catherine can work with, I think that you should connect with her. I just think, I honestly feel it in my heart, Catherine, that you're going to help so many people out there. So I'm excited. But one last thing I want to say. So all of our individuals that are wanting to attend your event, your Soulful Divorcee event, tell us just how can they get tickets? What kind of a time thing? Is it like an all-day event? And so for any of our listeners that want to perhaps fly in too, is there places for them to stay that are close by?
So the event is pretty much located close to downtown at the Toronto Exhibition Grounds at the Toronto Event Center. It's again on March 29th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our tickets are listed on TicketWeb, but there's access through my website. So that is born-for-more.com. And there is a hotel on the grounds called the Hotel X that people can check out.
Perfect. I can't wait to share this with as many people as I can. Catherine, this has been wonderful. Is there perhaps any last minute things you want to share with us? Any tips? Anything you want?
Well, I'd like to say that it's all about taking the leap and never giving up. And even if fear shows up, that's completely normal. And we were born to live a life that really ignites our soul. And it's time we do it.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much, Catherine, for being my amazing guest today. It has been a pleasure chatting with you. I honestly would love to chat with you more.
Thank you. Yes, I would love to chat with you more as well. Thank you so much again for having me on your show.
Oh, we will definitely be doing this again. And to all of our amazing listeners, thank you so much for taking the time to check out the Divas That Care Network. Make sure that you check out all of our other Divas That Care hosts and their guests. And I want to leave with all of you today to make sure that you go and follow Catherine. Catherine, one thing I should ask you, do you have social media links for our listeners to connect with you on?
I do. I'm very active on Instagram, which is my name, KATHRYNEMEJIAS, and you'll find all my information and posts and lots of cool stuff on there.
Thank you so much, Catherine. So guys, make sure you go check her out and follow her. I know that you're going to learn some amazing tips from this amazing diva. Catherine, thank you so much again. And thank you to all of our listeners for the last 15 years we've been doing this. So we're so excited to be continuing to do the Divas That Care. And we hope to inspire so many people. So make sure, everybody, you do something kind. Until next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.